Hey there, do you find it difficult to say no at work? Are you the quote unquote yes man when it comes to taking on additional responsibilities? Well, today we're going to talk about learning to say no at work or how to properly find that balance. And welcome back to another episode of the Prescription for Career Success podcast. I am Dr. Christy Taylor, career and executive coach, founder of WORxK Solutions. And today we're going to dive into this topic of just learning to find that balance of how to approach the no word professionally, because it's a critical topic in your career, because it can often really feel uncomfortable to simply just say no at work. I mean, who's going to tell their boss no? But there's a way that you can maybe push back a little. It may sound simple, but for many of us, setting boundaries can be one of the hardest skills to master when it comes to our day-to-day work life. And today I'm just going to share with you why it's so important and how you can do it without guilt and the long-term benefits that come with mastering this art. So let's just jump right into this conversation. I know you might have something to say in the chat there, because I'm not living in a fantasy world. I know that it can be absolutely difficult to say no. And so I want to talk a little bit here about, the struggle of saying no. So why is saying no so hard? In professional settings, we're often taught that saying yes leads to success. And in many occasions it does, but we don't want to lose sight or balance of who we are in that process, whether it's volunteering for extra projects, taking on more responsibilities, or always being available to help your colleagues. But here's the truth: saying yes to everything, it may seem like a simple way to climb the ladder, but you can actually burn yourself out, add additional stress, and it can even cause resentment in the workplace. It's a real challenge, especially for people who feel a sense of responsibility or fear letting others down. So how do you feel? What is your approach? Have you learned to say no and find that balance? Now, the truth is that we say yes too often. We're spreading ourselves way too thin. And in the process, we are neglecting our most important priorities, our career goals, personal time. And what about your mental well-being? I mean, we talk a lot about resiliency here at WORxK Solutions. This is why I started this whole series, Prescription for Career Success. But what about your mental well-being and on this journey to you setting your career goals? So just keep that in mind. You don't want to lose balance in this process, neglecting your personal self. Now, let's talk about the power of setting boundaries at work and what they can really do for you. Boundaries aren't just about saying no, they're about protecting your time and your energy so you can focus on what truly matters. When you are learning to say no, you actually create more space for your professional growth, productivity, and your overall happiness. Setting boundaries can improve the quality of your work, and even it helps to strengthen your relationships with colleagues by making them respect your time. So look at this, 70%, this stat here. In a recent Gallup poll, 70% of employees report feeling burnt out at work due to a lack of boundaries, according to the 2023 Gallup poll. So, I get it. There's a lot of pressure associated with saying no, but when you set those boundaries, and you can say it in a very respectful way, and I'm going to give you some strategies to do that. Saying no is going to teach others to value your time. It's going to lead to a healthier work environment, and it's going to be able to allow you to have clearer expectations. So what does it look like to say no? So how do you say no without feeling guilty? This is the key when with it respect and clarity, without over apologizing or over explaining yourself. I am the queen of just being straight faced on some stuff. I know when to push back, but I also know that sometimes things just have to be done. Now, here are 3 examples of how to say no respectfully. Maybe you get assigned a project. It's like, hey, I'm currently focused on this project and I won't be able to give this the attention that it deserves. Another way is, I would love to help, but I'm unable to take on anything else right now. Or, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I need to decline at this time. Now, again, it depends on who you're talking to, right? Because if you're talking to maybe your boss or a team lead, you have to approach that a little bit differently, saying like, at this moment, I have competing priorities. So which of these would you like me to prioritize so that we can get this done on time? So you have to really phrase it based on your audience, because notice how none of these responses apologize for having priorities or boundaries. It's important to remember that, you setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's just a form of self-care. And, I outright, recommend that if you're getting multiple things, asking your team lead, your boss, or whoever's in charge, hey, okay, we've given multiple projects. which of these would you like me to prioritize so that I can deliver the quality and in the way that you want it to be done? All right. Other things is overcoming guilt. I don't want you to feel guilty when you're doing this. So let's tackle the guilt that often comes with you saying no. You kind of see in my notes here, right? It is normal to feel bad at first when you push back a little if you're used to being the go-to person for every request. But remember that the quality of your work matters, because that's also associated with your reputation and your career brand. Because here's the truth: by saying no, you're not actually teaching others to respect your time and focus. You're also creating a healthy work environment, which is what we focus a lot here, right? A resilient work environment where everybody knows what's expected. It is not feasible to take on 20 projects at one time and think that you're going to do the best effort and best quality. I like what Myron Golden says when he talks about work is always working on you. When you do work, and I'm just talking about anything that you do, any level of effort that you put out there, when you do work, is either working for you or working on you. So you got to think about that. Sure, you performed well. You might have delivered on all 20 of those projects, but if it resulted in you being stressed out and not being able to function at home or in your own personal environment, then it's having a negative impact on you. So you have to ask about prioritization of projects, because it's not feasible for you to work beyond what's going to impact the quality of the work that you do. So think of it this way: you protect your time. You're ensuring that you, when you say yes, that it's for the things that truly matter to your career and your personal growth. And I get it. Sometimes things have to just be done, but you can manage that process. So to wrap up, really learning to say no at work, it's an important skill that you can develop to protect your energy while achieving your goals. And it's going to help you maintain that sense of balance that you need to when it comes to your work life. It's going to help you feel empowered and focused. And remember that saying no is not a rejection of others. It's just a powerful affirmation of what really is going to matter to you the most. And it's all about your approach. But there is something that I want you to say yes to, and you know what that is. We here at WORxK Solutions, we are throwing our Laying Your Dream Job in 2025 workshop, the prescription for standing out, based on our guide that so many of you have downloaded over the past year. But in this workshop, free workshop, we're going to talk about 10 strategies to help you land your dream job and build a personal brand that gets you noticed, and to help you secure your dream role in 2025. So you can say yes to that by clicking on the Zoom link in the description above. Also, if you have any questions, I want you to feel free to reach out to us at WORxSolutions.com, WORxK Solutions.com. We have plenty of resources. So thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Prescription for Career Success podcast. And I hope that your year has started out very great and strong. And I also hope that the tips that we've been giving you through our Prescription for Career Success series, you find it helpful. We're going to be launching the Prescription for Career Success Summit soon, and tickets are going to be free, or you can buy a VIP pass. More information coming soon. So feel free to contact me through social media if you have any questions. Until then, stay tuned. And until next time, apply what you're learning. Don't be afraid to say no, but say yes to registering for the Laying Your Dream Job Prescription for Career Success workshop. Have a great day.